Welcome back, class 8th. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I had started with lesson number 8, that is health and hygiene. Let's quickly revise whatever we had done in the first lecture. Health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. That is, a person is healthy. That means you can make out the person is healthy. He has a clear skin. He or she, good appetite. That is, appetite is a feeling of hunger. Then appropriate body weight according to the age and height. Then a person is having a sound sleep and regular bowel movement. These are all the factors which make a person physically, mentally, socially healthy. Is that clear? That is why we say that health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Is it clear? Then any deviation from this healthy that is the term health, that is the complete physical, mental and social well-being. A person, a slight deviation from this fitness, a person is said to have a disease. That is, it is a particular abnormal condition. That is, any change in the normal state of the body that causes discomfort, that person doesn't feel very comfortable, he has some problem or affects the health of a person, is called a disease. Exactly. And this disease has a particular organism which causes it. It is known as the pathogen. That is, the disease causing organism is known as the pathogen. And the signs which are associated with the medical condition that is particular or characteristic for that particular disease, they are known as the symptoms and signs of that disease. So these diseases are of two types, that is non-communicable diseases and communicable diseases. So a non-communicable disease, that is diseases that do not spread from a diseased person to a healthy person. They are called as non-infectious or non-communicable diseases, and they are restricted to that person who is having that disease. So examples are diabetes, cancer and so on. Then communicable diseases are infectious diseases, that is, they spread from a diseased person to a healthy person, and they are caused by pathogens, that is the germs or the organism which cause this disease are called as pathogen. Examples are cholera, then tuberculosis, malaria, viral fever and so on. Then non-communicable diseases are of several types. So I told you they are dietary deficiency diseases caused by the deficiency of various nutrients in the diet. Then degenerative diseases, that is disease related with the aging process like arthritis, cataract. Then genetic diseases, they are carried with the genes, they are hereditary, that is hemophilia and color blindness. Cancer, that is an uncontrolled growth in a particular part of the body which might spread later on to all the parts of the body and which is fatal. Then allergies, that is asthma and hay fever. Then hormonal diseases which we have discussed earlier also, and the mental diseases. So I had started with the dietary deficiency disease and I had told you about the protein energy deficiency diseases, that is Kwashiorkor and marasmus. So I told you the difference between the two, that is both diseases are protein energy deficiency diseases, and Kwashiorkor is caused due to the deficiency of protein in the diet, and this generally affects the children which are below 1 year of age. What are the basic symptoms? That the growth is slow and stunted. Stunted means not normal. Is that a much shorter person is shorter, not according to the age. He or she is not growing according to age. The growth is stunted and slow. Dry and scaly skin, and then the swelling or protuberance of the belly. Then that is the stomach. Mental retardation, a person does not seems to be very sound, does not have a sound behavior just because of the brain growth is not normal, development is not normal, and a person is mentally retarded. Limbs become thin and bony. Yes, as you can see in the diagram. Here the person is showing the washiorkor, the limbs are having swelling. There is swelling of the body, whole body as such. Is that clear? So the child is not at all, you can see a healthy child away. This is not a healthy child, just because this state is just because of the swelling in the whole body. Is that clear? This is swelling which has been shown over here. Then marasmus, this generally occurs children below the age of 5 years, and it is caused by the deficiency of the 3 vital nutrients, that is protein, carbohydrate and fat. A person or child is lean and weak and has a dry, thin skin, sunken eyes. Is that clear? Just because of that weakness, the eyes seem to be sunken. Your face is the index which tells us how healthy you are. So prominent ribs could be easily counted. The ribs are so prominent, and mental retardation here also. Then the vitamin deficiency diseases. So what are vitamins? They are generally organic compounds required in diet in very small amounts to perform specific biological functions and for maintenance of optimum, that is the best growth and health. Is that clear? All the vitamins are required, and we have several vitamins. Vitamin A, D, E and K are fat soluble vitamins, and vitamin B and C are water soluble vitamins. Is that clear? So I started with vitamin A, which is also known as retinol, and its deficiency disease is night blindness. And in night blindness there is loss of vision in darkness, and xerophthalmia, that is drying of the cornea of the eye. Cornea is a part of the eye. Is that clear? Then sources, I have told you that they are yellow fruits and vegetables like carrot, fish and eggs, all sources of vitamin A. And the basic function of vitamin A in our food is maintenance of healthy skin and eyes, and resistance against infections, that is protecting us against infections. Is it clear? That is why you are advised to have plenty of salads and fruits. The next vitamin is vitamin B1, that is thiamine. Now the basic function of this vitamin is maintaining functioning of the nervous system. Exactly, and its deficiency causes beriberi, which is nerve degeneration and extreme weakness, loss of appetite and weight. But before that, let's see what are the basic sources of vitamin B1. As you can see, the best sources of vitamin B1 are eggs, whole grains, is that clear, sprouts and nuts. These are the sources of vitamin B1. Apart from that, nuts and meat, soya bean, these are also good sources of vitamin B1. So basically this deficiency occurs in country where polished rice is a staple food, where only polished rice, you can see the rice, brown rice, and you compare it to the polished rice, and so this polished rice is deficient in vitamin B1. So such people who are consuming this kind of rice are prone to this beriberi disease, just because of the functions of vitamin B1, that is, it is essential for the release of energy from carbohydrate. It is necessary for appetite and good health, and above all, that is, it is needed for the normal functioning of the nervous system. So we have just studied about the nervous system, which comprises of the brain and the spinal cord and the various nerves. Here you can see a person suffering from beriberi. You can see there is a lot of nerve degeneration. See how lean and thin the person seems to appear, and there is extreme weakness. Such people suffer from extreme weakness. There is loss of appetite and weight. You can see the state over here. Is that clear? So this person is having, both the people are suffering from beriberi, that is the deficiency disease of vitamin B1. Next vitamin is vitamin B3, and the common name is niacin, NIACIN. Please remember these names as well. Is that clear? So the foods which are rich in it are meat, liver, milk and eggs. Apart from this apple, then kiwi, lemons, these are all containing vitamin B1. Is that clear? I beg your pardon, vitamin B3. So function of this vitamin is in maintenance of healthy skin and energy metabolism, and enhancing the protein synthesis in the body. And the basic deficiency of this disease is causing dermatitis, poor feathering. So basically, I'll show you the picture. Person who is suffering from the deficiency diseases, pellagra and dermatitis both are the deficiency diseases caused by the deficiency of vitamin B3. Then severe metabolic disorder in skin and digestive orders. Then there are leg problems and black tongue. These are the various problems or deficiency diseases which are caused by this vitamin. So you can see the person is suffering from pellagra and dermatitis. This is the skin inflammation. Is that clear? This is the deficiency disease caused by deficiency of vitamin B3. Sorry. Is that clear? Then vitamin C, which is also known as ascorbic acid, and the foods which are rich in it are citrus fruits, that is lemon, orange, amla and tomatoes. Then strawberries and even coriander and papaya contain vitamin BC, and the common name is ascorbic acid. Deficiency disease of vitamin C is scurvy. Is that clear? This is scurvy, SCURVY. So the symptoms include skin discoloration and bruising, then hemorrhaging, that is blood oozes out. Here you can see this is the normal person, and here how the teeth and gums of a person suffering from scurvy appear. Then there are dental issues. There are some problems with the teeth. Every now and then teeth get loosened and bleeding. Also ulcerated gums means having wounds here and there here. Is that clear? Then swelling of the joints also occur in this, but the basic deficiency disease is the scurvy, that is having swollen and bleeding gums, and there is occurrence of loose teeth also in this disease. The basic function of vitamin C is in keeping the gums healthy. That is why the deficiency of this causes the swelling and bleeding gums. Then even it is a immunity booster, tends to enhance the immune system and make the person strong. Is it clear? Then vitamin D, which is known as calciferol. Calciferol. Is that clear? This is the common name. And the function of this vitamin is keeping the bone and teeth healthy. So in children, this deficiency of this disease causes rickets. That is, the bones appear weak and deformed in children. And in adults, it causes a disease which is known as osteoporosis. Osteo derived from the term bone, and porosis derived from the term porous, means having space in between, air spaces in between. Is that clear? So person's bone appear to be soft and prone to fracture. So these are the various food sources which are rich in vitamin D, that is milk, then eggs, fish, liver oils, and it is synthesized by the sunlight. So we should not avoid sunlight, especially during the winters. We should take enough of sunlight in order to enhance the synthesis of vitamin D. Is that clear? Then you can see fish, and then butter, eggs, then peas, coriander, all are good sources of vitamin D. You can see a child having this disease, that is rickets. The bones are deformed and weak. You can see this child's bone, they appear to be in the form of a bow. So infants who are breastfed only may develop a vitamin D deficiency. Is that clear? So it is rare in developed countries and common in undeveloped countries just because of the nutritional deficiencies only. There are several problems just because of poverty and lack of education. So this is how the if this is not treated on time, then the bones become completely deformed. Then the deficiency disease of vitamin K, that is the common name is phylloquinone, and is uncontrolled breathing. So the various sources are green leafy vegetables like lettuce and spinach and broccoli. These are all good sources of vitamin K, and it is even found in milk. So milk is a very rich food, and it is basically rich in many useful nutrients which are required by our body. So person who is deficient in vitamin K has uncontrolled bleeding just because the function of vitamin K is helping in blood clotting. That is a process which is essential to stop bleeding from the wounds. Otherwise, a person might bleed to death just because of a small injury. Is that clear? So these are the sources, and the vitamin K deficiency causes uncontrolled bleeding, and the function is helping in clotting of blood. Apart from vitamins, there are certain nutrients which are needed for the growth and development of the body, and they are known as minerals, and lack of these minerals in the diet cause mineral deficiency disease. One such mineral is iron, and deficiency of iron causes anemia, which is the deficiency of hemoglobin in blood. What is hemoglobin? That is, it is the red colored pigment of the blood that is present in red blood cells and helping in oxygen transfer and imparting red color to the blood. So if a person is deficient, then a person is anemic. The foods which are rich in it are green leafy vegetables, especially spinach, then banana, cereals, various cereals that you're having, then eggs, jaggery, they are all rich in iron. Now, generally, this is the way the doctor generally examine an anemic patient, and this is how the conjunctiva of the eye appears. He examines the eye, otherwise this is dark red, but in an anemic person this is pale, pink colored. Is that clear? Then the foods which are rich in iodine are iodized salt and seafood basically, but here are the various veggies and vegetables which are containing iodine. Is that clear? So iodine is present in these vegetables and fruits, and apart from this it is present in iodized salt and seafood. That is why we should always consume iodized salt containing iodine. Then the function of iodine in our body is formation of thyroxine hormone, which is very essential for the overall metabolism of our body. That is, all the metabolic functions are controlled. That is, all the life processes, overall metabolism of the body is affected by secretion of thyroxine. So all the hormones, that is thyroid hormones, that is triiodothyronine and tetraiodothyronine, T3, T4, TSH, all control the overall metabolism of a body. So iodine is very essential for the formation of thyroxine hormone. So deficiency of iodine in the diet causes the enlargement of the thyroid gland. You can see over here, and this condition is known as goiter. Goitre. This is known as goiter, that is swelling of the thyroid gland, and this is in the neck region. Is it clear? The woman, this lady is suffering from goiter, the deficiency disease caused by iodine. Now these are the foods which are rich in calcium. And for example, the green leafy vegetables, then dairy products, eggs, milk, they all contain iron. Then these almonds, soya bean, all contain calcium. So we should take plenty of them in our diet so that we don't suffer from any deficiency disease. And like vitamin D, this also has deficiency disease, that is rickets. This called generally rickets in children, and osteoporosis in adults. And the function is in keeping the bones and teeth strong and healthy. Rickets, I had told you just that it is caused by the deficiency of vitamin D, along with the deficiency of calcium or phosphate in our diet also. So this is how the child has the legs appear to be in the which disease? Yes, it is rickets. And the osteoporosis caused by the deficiency of calcium and vitamin D, both in our diet, causes osteoporosis in adults. So this is how the bone with person having osteoporosis appears to be. This is the normal bone. See, just so many spaces present between spaces, and making the bone porous and prone to fracture. That is why you are advised to have plenty of calcium in your diet. Now this is next mineral, that is potassium, and these are the foods which are rich in potassium, that is nuts, bananas, spinach and whole grains. They all contain significant amount of potassium, and the function is in maintaining the functioning of nerves and muscles both. That is why a person who is suffering from deficiency of potassium experiences muscular weakness and paralysis both. So muscular weakness, digestive problem, muscle aches, weakness, fatigue, these are some of the problems which might be just because of a very small amount of potassium may be deficient. But a person has from a long term deficiency of potassium, then a person might suffer from paralysis, that is, the limbs become functionless. Is that clear? So these are the various problems. So this is all for today. Allah Hafiz.